Hey, alright. So hope everybody's been enjoying everything. I'm going to just kind of go quick because I know we're behind schedule, so we're going to try and make up a couple minutes here. This is Mutation Nation. We're starting out the Neo Geo block here. This is we get to play as this guy. Definitely not really angry Ash Ketchum. So this is a 2-button game, punch and jump. There's a special charge attack you can do if you hold down the button for a while, and it charges up that power meter. The thing I did right at the start is the kick one, which you do if you don't have any meter. But we gotta fight this mini boss already. Whoop. But we don't want to use that one because it burns health, so that's the last time you're gonna see it. It's just a kind of free use right at the beginning. So that's the B power up. Again, you use the power meter to do them still, but it doesn't burn health if you've got stocks. So we're gonna make pretty heavy use of those. So we get these orbs. They restore health. So they're actually the only way to restore health. Even changing stages doesn't. And you've got 1 health bar to work with in this game. There's no extra lives anywhere in the game. So you gotta be pretty careful. You can definitely get blown up real fast in this game. But you also get to do this crap to all the enemies, so. Anyway, second mini boss. This game has a lot of mini bosses. So this explosion attack just hits everywhere. It's not even like close range. It's just literally everything gets hit. So sometimes situations like that, enemies spawn from the ceiling and just die instantly. This is the C version. Takes a lot longer to start up. Does a little bit less damage. Lingers a little bit longer, which is relevant occasionally. Like here. Lingers just long enough to catch those guys. So anyway, first boss. Big whatever the heck. Unfortunately, when he jumps, you kind of just have to wait for him. And then he gets real mad and stomps the floor, and then we just do the same thing again. So this game, like the main punch technique that you're gonna see me do, there's 4 different ways to actually do a punch string in this game. You can, or 3 or 4, I don't remember. You can either hold up, down, or nothing, and maybe forward. I don't remember for sure. And you get a different attack string depending on what you do. Oh yeah, and we just walk through the door. Don't worry about that. But if you hold the down one, he does this series of rapid punches that he kind of doesn't. There's kind of a gap between them if you like if I mash it as hard as I can. Those guys don't have enough health to kill him that way even. But there's like a series of rapid punches. But if any time during that series of rapid punches you aren't attacking anymore, the game doesn't like store your inputs at all. It's just instantly gone. So you can just continuously do the first few punches in the string pretty easily. Whoop. Oh crap. Well, we're gonna have to do some shenanigans here because that's not where I'm supposed to use that. Or was it? Did I? Definitely not supposed to have a power left. So here's another mini boss. Again, we're gonna kind of walk up to him and punch him. You're gonna see a lot of the mini bosses go this way. Yeah, I have a power up I'm not supposed to have. Oh well. So these enemies are weird. They're the only enemies in the game that you can just juggle. So, yeah, not too threatening. Just punch these motorcycles. There's a punch and a kick. The kick is range sensitive, so you don't really have control over it a lot of the time. You'll just get the kick instead of a punch. It's kind of a motorcycle on fire back there. It's fine. This game just is very 90s. Very extremely 90s. Oh, you're alive. Alright. It's been a long time since I've seen that kick. That they do. There's not very many of those enemies in the game. Anyway, second boss. I'm gonna let her ride a little bit because she does some dancing. Yeah, so not too threatening if you just use your powers effectively, because a lot of the bosses don't really have an answer to it. But it's important for her that we use it because she has... So you can never really put an enemy in hit stun in this game. They can always take action. And that boss has attacks that hit on the first frame. So even though you're doing like a punch string, the enemy can start an attack and hit you out of it. And she's really bad for that. So here's A. This is the last power-up. We don't use this very often because it doesn't do very much damage, but happens to be useful right there. Yeah, these bug things are die in any hit, but mostly you just ignore them and they go away. They do have, pretty much everything in this game has like a deceptive hitbox. Almost everything's more threatening. Yeah, like that. Almost everything's more threatening than it initially seems. But anyway, another mini-boss. There's just a ton of mini-bosses in this game, and a lot of them get kind of the same bad treatment. I missed another special use somewhere. But a lot of this like special use looks really cheesy, but because of how long you have to spend charging up this attack, it's not nearly as just like blow up the game as it looks like. You have to know when to be charging stuff, when you've got threatening enemies coming up, and when you're safe to charge. But two of the previous mini-boss, we're going to stand right here and punch, and they're not going to know what to do about it. I think I used a special in the wrong place, so we're going to have to improvise a little bit here. Yeah, there's a nice hitbox. He was off plane and over a full attack range, or over a full arm's length away from me. But he hit me anyway. Yeah, okay. Alright. Now we've got the stage 3 boss. We get dumped into this truck and I don't know what this guy's deal is. These boss designs are pretty wild. Hopefully he won't hit us when he phase changes here. Okay. Sometimes when he phase changes, he just immediately attacks and you get hit, guaranteed. but other times that happens. So, we're about halfway through the game, and I'd just like to call attention to the fact that my high score is not like a particularly high score. It's not like I did a score attempt or anything on this game, but we're like 1/10 of the way to it. Just keep that in mind here. Now we got these bug. I don't even know what to call those things. They're real crazy. But we're gonna ignore them. We're gonna go over here. Fight these mini bosses again. Hopefully he doesn't do anything too scary over there. Okay, he's just coming over. He wants to be part of the party. Another new enemy. We're gonna stay very far away from these guys because, like every other enemy, they have pretty deceptive attack hitboxes. Fortunately, we do get a lot of pickups in this stage, so we will get to recover most of this health. Actually, we should be at full health at the end of the stage as long as we don't make too many mistakes. Like I said, the health recovery is really bad in this game, so mistakes kind of add up over time, even though it may not be big in the individual. Anyway, we're fighting the first mini-boss again. He's got some friends, but he's stuck in the wall right now because of us hitting him before he got out of the wall. I don't know. And a good rule of thumb is the gold enemies are just the most dangerous of any kind in this game. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, they let us charge. That was really risky to try and charge there after getting hit. Usually what happens if you try and do that is the enemies just hit you over and over again before letting you get anything. Alright, that's all the health we're getting here, so not quite at full health for the end of the stage, but that's okay. I'm actually kind of surprised that didn't hit me. That didn't kill him? Okay, whatever. That gold guy's supposed to die when he's hit by that, but instead he took no damage. Alright, another boss. This guy is, like the stage 2 boss, he has some attacks that hit on the first frame, so we want to be pretty careful with him. Do as much damage as we can this way. Blow his face up. This game is really unsure if it wants the enemies to be mutants or robots, or a lot of them are both. Alright, stage 5. Okay. Well, I was supposed to special these guys, but I guess we'll just attack them. Except I need to because there's the one behind me. Don't really want to knock them down, but okay. Give me easy pattern. So yeah, it's pretty good luck for them to group together and just do that jumping attack. They have a lot of other things that they can do that are more dangerous. Which one am I supposed to take here? D, probably? Might not matter. So, these guys come out one at a time, so makes things easy for us. Wish I had better commentary, but this game is like really wild looking and just has random stuff happening always, so get kind of lost in it. But hopefully everybody can appreciate its really wild enemy design. Alright, once again they're having us fight 2 of a previous mini-boss. But, yeah, D was the right choice. D hits those guys twice. Uh oh. Yeah. The smoke clouds are bad times. You really want to hit one of those guys before they put out the smoke like that, or else you get stuck in a situation where you're unavoidably getting hit like that. We should get 2 more health back in this stage. Yeah, there they are. Okay, and another instance of here's 2 of a previous mini-boss. Get at it. Okay, now we have the stage 5 boss who can easily kill us by himself from full health, but hopefully he won't get a chance to do that. So you may note his clone up there flying around with rocks. If he hits you, he has a tendency to corner you and just fly over you, hitting you with those rocks over and over again, so then you lose. But fortunately he didn't do that. Yeah, it's like Tengu Stone, except Tengu Stone just always hitting. Alright, so here's this guy, how dare you beat me. Here is your graveyard. Spelled correctly, question mark. So anyway, now we have a boss rush, and they gave me the bad luck where that guy jumps immediately. So we're going to have a bad time. So, I don't know why they put the stage 1 and 3 boss together. That's the only set of bosses they're going to throw together at the same time. So, from here on out, it gets a little easier. Now we have an elevator. We're not going to fight anybody in it. It's just an elevator. So, stage 2 boss. Gonna treat her much the same way we did the first time. She didn't one-frame us, so we're good. Now, stage 5 boss, except this time we can't power through him. We only have an A-charge. An A-charge just is not an effective means of attack on a boss, so we're going to have to do this loop to him and hope that he doesn't do anything too screwy. The fortunate thing is bosses... Well, this boss has a one-frame attack. He does do it the direction he's facing. So typically doing this strat, he'll actually counterattack you the wrong way, and then his AI will kind of lock up. He's actually counterattacked me every landing so far. But again, thanks to this strategy, and some luck after that. He typically doesn't counter after the hop. Man, this is some ugly luck. Man. That is some ugly luck on him, but usually he does that ceiling jump a lot more, which makes it really easy to loop him. Not that it matters, obviously, but anyway. Stage 5 boss again. Oh. Oh boy. Alright. Now we've got the final boss. The finalist of final bosses. And I've initiated my technique for this entire fight. This boss is extraordinarily difficult if you don't do this specifically. That said, if you do this specifically, then you win. That said, while we're sitting here talking, I'd like to point out I still only have half my high score. We've got about 145 or 1.45 million points. Probably have 1.46 by the time the boss is dead from the maybe 1.47. No, not 1.47. 1.461 by the time he dies here. I wish I could do something more interesting on him, but you really can't. Really just can't do that if you want to live. There's a timer. I don't, you know. But, like, the issue with this boss, if you don't do this, is that what tends to happen is he tends to hit you with an attack, knock you down, and then stand over in you and just hit you immediately. And there's no safety attack in this game at all. Like, you can do an uppercut, but it doesn't actually have invincibility or anything. It just hits. But we're almost there. One or two more? No, 3? Okay. So we scored 500,000 points for killing that boss. And now we're going to get the Area 6 clear. And it's going to give us 1 million clear bonus. So we got over half of our score is just from beating that final boss. And nothing else. So, like, if you ever saw a cab of this in the wild, you'd see a bunch of 1.5 million from people who just credit fed the final boss. But yeah, that's Mutation Nation. A game which both begins and ends with us jumping out of an exploding building. You can hope next our game. See you again. The end. Alright, so this is Neo Geo, so my swaps are going to be lightning fast. I'm going to see if I can beat the guy running the train.